Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead, enlightened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmanas, by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. Purport. Brahma and other enlightened Brahmanas who know the Supreme Personality of Godhead are enlivened by the appearance of the Lord in any of his multi-incarnations. The appearance of the wonderful and gigantic incarnation of Vishnu as the mountain-like boar did not fill them with any kind of fear, although the Lord's resounding voice was tumultuous and echoed horribly in all directions as an open threat to all demons who might challenge his omnipotency. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalokaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadama Hyam Dadati Svapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopasha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswata Deve Gaura Vani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Indradyumna Swami Niti Namine Namak Prabhupada Priya Dasaya Jagannatha Etrananda Murtaya Bhakta Sukaya Krishna Kirtana Nagnara Singha Narakshite Brahmanam Harshayamasa Haristam Shadvijottaman Sagarjitena Kakhubach Pratisvanayata Vibhuhu. The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead enlivened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmanas by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. So here, in these pages of Bhagavatam, we are hearing how Lord Varāha appeared. And we know that Brahma was like little perplexed, because he didn't know how to take the earth from the Garbhodaka ocean up. Yeah. Despite he is quite powerful, he was feeling that he is not in his power to do it. And he was like trying to find a way. And then I also reminding about, myself and like others. Sometimes we are wondering how we can do this or that and this and that. But when we are serious in fulfilling the order of the Lord or the spiritual master or Vaishnavas, somehow the solution is coming. Sometimes in the last moment, but it's coming. And also, like sometimes probably Mataji has the experience, I need to fill the schedule, put here, this, then. But how to do that, this and that. And here is not filled place. And then all of a sudden, someone is appearing, like for cooking or for cleaning, and oh, thank you. Yeah, and this great relief, yeah. That I assume that I was not making the schedule, but I assume that it's happening sometimes like that. So also Lord Brahmā can imagine he created the universe, but there one planet was deep in the ocean, which Hiranyaksha threw out from her own orbit, and Brahma was not feeling qualified to take, to take the planet up here. But I don't know how great his power is, but if he was not feeling competent to do it, then something was there. And then he was also, what is devotee? If the devotee is placed in the situation when he or she cannot find a solution, what we are doing? We asking help the devotee. Oh, can you give me advice or something? What I should do? How I should do in that particular situation? And this and that. And if devotees even have problems with giving any advice, so then what devotees? My dear Lord, I'm helpless. I cannot do anything, I'm tiny living entity, and there is quite overwhelming task before me. What can I do? Please help me, guide me, And if you are sincere, then Lord is responding. And in the case of Brahma, the Lord is pointing directly. We may ask Lord about some things, but sometimes we are talking and we're hearing some talk. And by that talk, oh, yes. Let's say Lord indirectly is instructing us. But in Brahma's case, he has the privilege to approach the Lord directly. He can go on the shore of the milk ocean. And if he has a problem, sometimes he's going on, sometimes with other demigods, and asking Lord Vishnu to come. And Lord Vishnu is going deep in the meditation, his heart, and if it's worth it, then Lord Vishnu is coming. I don't know, it's every time he's coming, but most of the cases in Bhagavatam, he's like appearing, and they have a Ishtagosti discussion, what to do, how to do, and Lord Vishnu usually he's saying, do like this, like in case of King Chitraketu became the Vritasura. The Vritasura demon. They couldn't do anything with this Vritasura. So then Lord Vishnu advised, there is one Brahmana that Hichi, please go to him, and then, ask about his bones, and then make the weapon from that bones, and that weapon will kill Vritasura. And can you imagine to go to someone, if I go to Laitan Prabhu, can I ask your bones? It's... That Hichi Prabhu was, when I was reading that, I was really, okay, if my Lord wants it, what's the problem? And he, okay, but he understood he must give up his body, and he did it, but still when Indra was fighting with Vritrasura, he was using his own weapons. He didn't use this at the beginning. He didn't use the weapon which were prescribed by Lord Vishnu. And he couldn't do anything. He was like, and Vritrasura was laughing at Indra, what you are doing? And then Vritrasura was instructing Indra, you got the order from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why you're not using the weapon Lord himself advised you to use? And then, Vritrasura also, despite he was in the demon body, exactly, he was like, he was great devotee of the Lord, inside. But I think he was playing the role because he was instructing Indra, the king of heaven. And she's saying, why you're not following the order of your Lord, of our Lord? Oh no. And still, the weapon was very powerful, but still, for Indra, 1 year to cut off the head of Vritrasura. So it's still, how powerful he must be. But anyway, so Lord Brahma has this privilege. And he was complaining about his task, how I can, restore the earth back. It's a very important task. I must, they're living and this must live there. And I must, supply all the facilities for them and everything. And so he was meditating, and finally Lord Brahma came through his nostrils, and it's amazing, Lord Varāha come through nostrils of Brahma. And then even Brahma says, how it happened, And I remember when I became devotee, I was visiting different temples, Namahatas. Then when I was coming, I like to come to the altar and look at the deity. And I was, how amazing, wow, so beautiful. No, still, I have something going to new, because when we are every day the same deities, so we are like this because of material conditions. It's Gauranitayo. Okay. But also I have one nice experience with the deity, at least one. I was on the Polish tour, when we are collecting money for the tour, and we're leaving in the morning from our base, and then we're coming in the evening. It doesn't matter if it was winter or whatever weather there was. And, but I had the habit, whatever I collected, I was coming before the deities, and I was saying, okay, I collected this amount of money today. This I need for my maintenance, for the tickets to go to Warsaw, go back, obviously it was like 30 kilometers from Warsaw or something. And this winter my old jacket is useless. I must buy my new jacket, and this I was telling everything. Every step with the money I was telling for the deities. I was immediately, without coming, immediately, nothing in prasadam, nothing. I was coming immediately making the report for the deities, and I was following like that. This is for tour, this is for my needs, and this is for whatever it was coming, and asking for permission to do that, and then. Then one evening I'm coming, I remember I was, it's so cold. I was like, almost frozen, feeling really cold, but still I'm coming to the deities, and I'm coming to the deities, and we were coming like from the one of side of the altar, not at front one. And I'm coming and I see on the right, and I coming, I saw some person. I said, "Oh, Haribol," and then I realized, whoa, now I treat the deities really in personal way, Just, and for me, it might be this small little thing, but for my heart became like, whoa, begin with like really joy, So, and the same Brahma was also, some special personality came out, and he was like small, but now he's like growing big very fast, Who is this personality, Wow, it must be Supreme Personality of Godhead, because, devotee knows some characters. Like say, on the Polish tour also, there are many Sharaglama Shiras, sometimes some, my Gurudev getting some Shilas or deities from different personalities, and they were staying there in the altar. And, there was one Shila, and we were worshipping this Shila as Gopinath. Okay, but after some time, I think few years or something, there one devotee came, and he was expert, because the Shilas has the chakras. Chakra in this case means the marks on the Shila. If someone is knowledgeable in the marks, he can, if he can say this is Varāha, this is Nrsimha, this is Kurma, etc. Yeah. And my Guru Maharaj took him to the altar to show the Shilas, and he said, and he saw this Shila which we were worshipping as Gopinath. And my Guru Maharaj, what do you think? What is the Shila? He asked my Guru. Oh, we were worshipping him as Gopinath. And he took the Shila, looking from every side, and this and that. He said, no, it's not Gopinath. You see, he has this mark here. He started to describe. I don't remember all the details, but and it's Varahadev. Can you imagine to worship Varahadev as Gopishvara? Gopinath, yeah. It's like Varahadev dancing with gopis, or something. It's little strange, but some mistakes are coming sometimes, But then we started to worship this Shila as Varahadev. Not as Gopinath. So anyway, and this is when the Lord also appeared. Yeah, we were discussing a little bit. Brahma immediately was, he made, let's say, Ishtagoshti, yeah, and okay, who is this personality? What we should do now, And Brahma was not sure, and that's the science of intelligence, If someone, someone doesn't know the characteristics of the Lord, it's very difficult to recognize that this personality is Lord himself. Like, Krishna was on this planet little more than 5,000 years ago, yeah. But only if Prabhupada is on one puro saying, despite Krishna was present personally, only few people could understand that he is God. Pandavas and some others. So despite, the Lord can come between us, we might not be able to see who is that personality, So Brahma is using it, okay, he asked his Brahmanas and this and that, holy persons, this really personality of Godhead, what do you think, and this and that, and then finally they come to the conclusion that yes, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this incarnation of Vishnu, Varāha. And when Lord is coming, why he's coming? Krishna is saying, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, yeah, paritranayam sadhuna vinashaya cha duskritam. Yeah, just what is the paritranaya sadhuna? Paritran, just to give the shelter for sadhus. Paritranaya sadhuna. Vinashaya cha duskritam, this means lowest from my God. So, or demons, yeah. So, and the second, I'm destroying the demons. Yeah, so that's the mission. And we know Hiranyaksha took the planet from the orbit. So Lord Varāha, he merged in the ocean because he took the Boar Incarnation. Yeah, so what Boar is doing? He's just digging in the earth, but his tasks, yeah, or by his nose, or whatever. So Lord Varāha came into, he took the earth up. Yeah, and keeping on his task, yeah. And then he's meeting with whom? With Hiranyaksha. Yeah, and Hiranyaksha was, that the demon. He sees someone and immediately he's the mood in the fight. It can be, sometimes we see like talking to people, they become angry without a reason, yeah. When we're explaining something, or so, I don't have a time and I want to talk to you. Yeah. Something is like that, And my realization is that to give this mood up, this fighting mood, is very difficult. Because since childhood, in the school, everything, we are placed in the competition position, yeah, competitive position. Yeah, we want to be the best in mathematics, in Polish or Danish, whatever, English, physics, chemics, biology, whatever it's in the school, yeah. I want to be the best. So if I want the best, it means I must establish my sovereignty over others. But they're not teaching like working in the groups. They're teaching that you must be individually. But we cannot be best at everything at the same time. That's not possible. That's his Krishna. He's best in everything and all the time. That we trying to imitate Krishna, And I see the statistics of suicides, yeah. And now even young people, children, are committing suicides, especially in Japan. They cannot bear this pressure of you must go to school, you must do this, that, and then they're working very hard, many hours, They hardly, now in US now, the vacation time is taking like 1 month, 2 weeks. Yeah. And here in Denmark, we have 1 month. Poland also, or I don't know other countries how it's going on. But we're getting less and less free time. Yeah. So with depressed, you must make money, you must have family, you must. But where am I in all these circumstances? Yeah. So no one watching that. Anyway, Hiranyaksha came. He wanted to immediately fight with the personality of Godhead. And, and Lord Varāha put the earth aside. And, they started the fight. But before the fight, Hiranyaksha, he was so powerful that he was deriding Lord Varāha. Do you think your mystic powers will do something to me? He was deriding the mystic powers. Yogeshvara, let's say, is appearing for Hiranyaksha, but he was like, mystic powers for nothing for Hiranyaksha. How powerful he must be. Yeah, we cannot imagine. And he's like saying some things, but I like the purpose of Prabhupada we will be reading, that Prabhupada is saying indirectly, Hiranyaksha is glorifying Lord Varāha. Despite he's trying to insult him, but indirectly he's like glorifying him. And, and there is the fight. I might be going a little bit ahead, but the story is so nice. And I also was wondering, how Lord Varāha is looking, how the Boar, this incarnation, I couldn't imagine how the Lord could take the incarnation as a boar, because usually the boar are not so, nice animal, yeah. He's digging like filthy places and this and that, So I was wondering, how the Lord could take such a position, such incarnation, and and also, And some years back, I saw somewhere, I don't remember even where, the picture of Lord Varāha. And he was like really majestic, staying with golden, dhoti and some ornaments and this and that, with big club, and it was so beautiful, now I understand a little more. Because the Lord is not under the influence of three modes of nature, so he can take most abominable form from a material perspective, but still is most beautiful. This is transcendence. It's not so easy to understand, at least for me sometimes, but who can understand the will and glories of the Lord in full? It's amazing. We are so tiny, Prabhupada, we are like an atom. Yeah, but still we think we are great. There is no Prabhupada is described also. There is Vibhu and Anu. Yeah, Anu means small, and we living entities. And Vibhu is big, and we can, at least me, I can imagine how big is Krishna or any of his incarnation. And then they were fighting, and at the beginning, the Lord likes to play with, so it was looking like Lord Varāha is like losing the fight. And the demigods were all trembling, and the devotees, why no, Lord Vishnu, what's happening? He's more powerful than you, and this and that, how we are watching the fight. No, give him what we're doing, keep your guard, whatever, give him his good punch, whatever. But finally, it's seeming that Hiranyaksha is winning, and he was like laughing, but Lord Varāha suddenly hit him behind the ear somewhere. If you hit someone behind the ear, it's a very dangerous punch. And Hiranyaksha, of course, Lord Balaram killed Ramaharshana by the tip of kusha grass. And kusha grass is like tinier than the hair from the tip of kusha grass is tinier than the hair in our head. I saw in Mayapur there's so plenty of this kusha grass. It's quite, it's like an adult person, so high. The tip is really, really tiny, hardly to see even. And Lord Balaram killed Harshana Sutta. So anyway, Lord his ways to act with different personalities. And then Hiranyakashipu, because Hiranyaksha is the brother, he became so angry. He started to hate Vishnu, really. That's the reason he couldn't tolerate, and we had like Nityananda Trayadashi, Russian, Chakra Tirtha dāsa. And he couldn't bear that his son is on the side of his greatest enemy. And even Hiranyakashipu was thinking, the Vishnu is afraid me so much that he hid in the hearts of all living entities. He was thinking that Vishnu is afraid of him, so he is hiding in the hearts of all living. But anyway, and coming to the point, there is also one nice story when, I don't remember all the details, please forgive me, but the story for me is very nice. Anyway, I will try to say whatever I remember. Now, as we know, in Goloka Vrindavan, the cowherd boys, going to the forest and have different pastimes with Krishna and cows and whatever, calves, whatever, And one time, some other, they were speaking about Lord Varāha. No, Lord Varāha appeared. He was so powerful. He killed Hiranyaksha and this. He took the earth and then Krishna heard that they're speaking about Lord Varāha. Krishna is coming, You're speaking about Lord Varāha. Yes, Krishna, he was so nice. Some other, they know the stories, even Vishnu incarnations. But, and Krishna is saying, you know what? What? I was the Varāha. And the cowherd boys started to you were Varāha. You are so tiny boy, living in the village, you were Varāha. That's their relationship, So Krishna, yes, And I can prove it to you. How you can prove that you were Varāha? And they went somewhere, I don't remember where exactly. And Krishna, starting to grow up, and he took the form of Radha in Golaka Vrindavan anyway. And, and they said, well, Krishna, it's your tricks, you lifted the hill, we know you have some tricks, you can do it, but you will not fool us. You are not able, we know you very well, yeah? You have some powers, but, Varāha is too much, it's some kind of magic who you are alluring us, So then, Krishna in the form of Varāha, he was becoming like, why they don't believe me, I'm trying to convince. And that's how you want to say us, you are a god? Only God can do such a things, but you are not God, so how you are, how you could become Varāha if you are not God? It's not possible. And then, and then Krishna in the form of, so then he made quite strong earthquake in that area, yeah. And the all cowherd boys, falling down and rolling down from and they became little astonished. Oh, maybe Krishna is really Varāha. And and then after some time everything stopped. It was longer. There were many more letters, but I don't remember all of them. And then, Krishna stopped this earthquake, yeah, and then, now you believe me, I was Varāha, I'm God, And the coward was, maybe you are God, that's so cool, but still you are our friend. They didn't care even that Krishna might be God, it's my friend. And to be honest, for me it's very nice, doesn't matter who Krishna is, but we should become make Krishna our friend, the first, yeah? And try to become Krishna's friend. And then everything will be okay, because we know how Krishna is taking care about his devotees, When Indra was pouring down the, rain from some Vartaka clouds, yeah? Krishna, okay, come on. He lifted Govardhana hill, yeah? That when the cowherd boys were going to Agasura's mouth, Krishna came there also, and he protected them. They didn't care, oh, Krishna is with us, we can go anywhere, no problem, even to the stomach of this demon. For us, it would be nice if we could develop such a faith. If we have the protection of Krishna, then exactly nothing bad can happen to us. Also, Prabhupada was saying, that why, some ask Prabhupada about the mystic powers or something like that. And Prabhupada asked, why you need the mystic powers? Just surrender to Krishna. Krishna is Yogeshwar. It means the master of all mystic powers. Then he will protect you. So it's easier to take shelter of Krishna and to practice yoga for so long. I mean, we don't know how many lifetimes we can take that to get these mystic powers. But still, even if you get these mystic powers, you must die. So Prabhupada was saying that best thing is to take shelter of Yogeshwara, Krishna, the master of all mystic powers, and then you will be fully protected. And we see Prabhupada has had this fight. He came with nothing to New York. Yeah, he had around $7 in the pocket. Yeah, even now, if someone will go with let's say even $1,000 to New York, what he can do? Yeah. If he has no support, no place to live and this and that. So, but Prabhupada has that fight, And we should take this mood from Prabhupada and this, even Lord Brahmā just surrendering, Because the omnipotent Supreme Person of Godhead enlightened Brahmā by appearance of the Lord. Yeah, Brahmā was so oh, it's my Lord. Wow, he came to help me, to protect me. It's really to protect his mission, to be honest. Yeah. And also Brahmā and the high-level Brahmanas, and he's confirming that's the Lord by roaring. I cannot imagine how loud the roar is, how much courage this roar was giving for the hearts of devotees, Brahmā and these Brahmanas, and how much fear was installed in the hearts of the demons. I mean, yeah, roaring with his uncommon voice. Yeah, uncommon it. So you cannot even imagine what the voice was. Yeah, and which echoed in all directions. Yeah. So how also beneficial the direction were just to carry on this roar of Lord Varāha. I cannot imagine. Yeah, and resounding voice was tumultuous and echoed horribly in all directions as open threat to all demons who might challenge his omnipotency. And we see that, this even sound of the Lord can be like fearful for not surrendered souls. But for devotees, anything the Lord is doing, I was saying that she accepted his death just to give all the devotees his bones. The devotee is that personality who is not hesitating to sacrifice anything for Krishna, his own life, his own body, senses. And we should take the example of those devotees, how we can be fully surrendered to the Lord. And when we do it really by heart, then our life will become successful. Thank you very much. If you have any comments, questions, chastisements.
Why were the demigods not afraid of Varāha, but they were afraid of Nrsimha?
I think Lord Varāha didn't. That's what I think. I cannot sure respondify, but that's what I think is Lord Varāha was not. Lord Nrsimha became angry because his devotee was tortured. But Lord Varāha didn't have the reason to be angry just by himself. That's what I can think, but I don't know. Maybe you have better explanation because no one was harassed up to now. Yeah. Yeah, Materius was harassed, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's Bhumi Devi. Yeah. So difficult me to understand this. Difficult me to answer that. In that case. But anyway, Lord Nrsimhadev didn't want to chastise the devotees, anyway. But when Prahlad Maharaj came, he became pacified. Yeah, so when the purest of the devotees from all this assembly came to Lord, because what is trying to pay, even Lakshmi was not able to pacify her husband. That's also true, yeah. So then Lord Brahmā, his body is made from pure intelligence, and he asked Prahlad, he came to protect you, maybe. Please come before the Lord, maybe you can pacify him. And then when Prahlad Maharaj, those who was harassed mostly, my dear Lord, please give up your anger. And you are supreme, you can do anything. And and the Lord put his power on his head. And in the commentaries said that, all the remaining, I cannot imagine what kind of impurities could Prahlad Maharaj could have in his heart. It's Prabhupada is writing in the commentary that when Lord put his power on Prahlad Maharaj's head, all the remaining impurities left his heart. So, but to be honest, I don't know how to really answer this question. That's the Lord's will, Lord can do anything. Yeah, he's discussing is very nice. We can. Yeah. Something else? Because you have some notes.
You mentioned that we are educated to be competitive against each other.
Yeah. Well, I see as a problem when that's my perspective. Because I didn't like the school, to be honest. From the first to for the third class, I was one of the best student. But then I understood something is wrong, and I gave up. I had the good, I don't know there's the English name. After every year, they're giving you the paper with the notes from all the diploma, whatever. Yeah, and I always had red marks. It means it was top. Well, But from the fourth class, it's wrong. I didn't like this competitive mood, because they wanted me to sing the best, they wanted me to paint the best, they wanted to be best at sports, mathematics, how I can be the best in everything, And all the tasks were given individually. We were never working in groups. Just, we have never brainstorming or something like that. They didn't teach us, at least in Poland. I don't know how the system is here. So, and then we are growing, and then the conviction is I must fight others. I must be the best in my heart. At least at my heart it came. I must fight for this is I want this, and I will sacrifice myself for that. I want this job, I want this girl, I want this, whatever, But,
my success, my happiness is that you are, I'm the winner.
Yeah, you're the loser. Yeah.
And my happiness is to see you lose. It's not the spiritual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Spiritual is that you're happy to see others happy, it's best to see others express materialistic life.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, when even now, whenever you go, at least me, what I'm hearing, yeah, usually you must fight for this, you must fight for that, you must fight. This mood of fighting is like, put to our hearts by the system, I don't lie. And then I realized when after some time back to yoga, fighting mood is bad, just mood. Yeah, of course we can have these inclinations, but I must give up this. Jesus Christ, he was not fighting about his being crucified or being tortured or whatever. Haridas Thakur the same. Yeah, so then my realization is this mood of fight is wrong. Just the mood of fight. I can fight for Krishna. That's good. I know. But if I must just fight for just sake of fighting, it's nonsense.
It's a little crazy, this comparison.
Yeah.
Is it true they only have 2 weeks vacation in America?
Yeah, my sister is in America. They have.
They used to have 3 months.
Who? My sister, at least she's there so many years, and it's difficult to get 1 free day if you need to do something. And my spiritual master also said that, in one lecture in America, now you have 2 weeks of vacation. I mean not school, I mean from work. I don't know the school, how they're operating. But I mean from work, you get... I don't know how the school is operating. I cannot say that, but I know for workers.
It is another example how the material world is cheating us.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that before, that remember reading in the 70s about someone writing about how the future will be in the 21st century. And it will be that the biggest problem will be everyone will have to find out what will you use your time for. Because machines have taken over, everything is automated, robots, there's no work for us.
Yeah, now we have these humanoidal robots now already. I saw you in the restaurant there in the corner,
But does it mean that then everyone can take time off and work less? Because machines are doing the work and we don't have to work.
Yeah, and then we don't have money, and then we have problem.
But you see, the opposite is happening.
Yeah,
You have to run faster and faster.
yeah.
So how's that?
And the pressure is more and more. Now the children committees who said it's crazy world.
They have the idea that the advancement will make everything so easy and for everyone that actually just vacation. The whole thing is just vacation. But the opposite is happening.
Yeah, that's the point. The materialist has a future, yeah? The thing, in the future, everything will be okay. But what is Prabhupada saying? Never trust the future, even it's looking very nicely. And Prabhupada said 70s, he said, 50 years max of this. Now you see it's collapsing at every moment. So we should not have trust in this material world. Otherwise, we are doomed. It's failure and failure.
The story about Krishna, Varāha, and Gopas, where's that from?
I heard it from a spiritual master, and he gave many more details, but I don't remember all of them. I don't know where he found it, I don't remember, but I heard from him.
Well, then I noticed also that it's actually TBC thing. From Vyasa-san, we don't say pranam to our guru.
I didn't know that.
You can do it within.
Okay.
How can you say pranam to
Okay, no, I didn't know. Okay, thank you.